Hello and welcome to Scoping Out Tools. This time of year is all about making handmade gifts. You're going to see a lot of videos where it all works perfectly. This is a video where it doesn't. And my idea, and just as well, it's the thought that counts, because my idea was to use a couple of my sake cups as a base to hide a mechanism so that I could make a spinning ballerina. So let's see what actually happened. If I'm sort of roughly doing, it's going to be a head, it's going to be um, it's going to be shoulders. That's maybe. It's going to be roughly this. And I'm just speeding this up because, well, I'm just drawing the body. So I'm just making the leg down. And then I want to have the foot coming on towards the knee. And the little triangle is probably going to be the most difficult bit to do. Alright, so for the mechanism. So I'm going to be drawing it as circles, but I'm going to just turn that into a line just to actually explain it. So if I have my sake box, then I have my figure on top, which I'll go through the a drilled hole so that it fits in it. Then what I have is I have something circular here, right? So if I want that to spin, then I need to actually have another circle here. And then if I actually then put a dowel through that, through another hole here, and this is my turning mechanism. So as that turns, that then spins, and then so the ballerina would spin. And this is me making the mechanism. So I've already cut out the two different circles just using a hole bit, and I'm just popping it out. And so the idea was just to use the two simple circles to actually do the mechanism. Now I can put these on the dowels, and you can see that's the two bits here. This is just a waste bit of plywood that I cut off an old wardrobe, and so I'm just giving it a try. And then obviously I realised that I couldn't check to see if it was catching there, and I wasn't really feeling it was catching, but I thought I had to actually do the full mechanism. So I put them in the sake cups. Now I've got about 300, 400 of these sake cups, and so you'll obviously be seeing them a lot. And so this is me trying it out, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, excellent. I can see it spinning, and then as soon as I close the box, it stopped spinning, which was rather frustrating. So I was wondering whether it was just because it was wood on wood and it was just slipping along. So my next idea was to actually put a little bit of sandpaper on the base of one side and then sandpaper on at the side. And as you saw, it could spin. It was a lot noisier because it's sand on sand. But same issue. As soon as I closed that set of sake cups, it would actually stick in place. And I really was stuck at this point. So I decided just to go past it and thought, well, let's make the ballerina instead. So for the ballerina, this is, I think, is it a 3 inch or 4 inch by 1 inch, so 4x1, 3x1. But I basically put my picture over overlaying it, and I just got the hole punch. So initially I was actually gonna stick the paper down, but I just thought, well, if I do the center punch and just put the joins where I actually need to draw points. So here I go, that's my head. So you can see that I'm doing it at the neck and the shoulders, and then every joint that I've got where I should be turning it, I have added the center points. It's quite uh, quite therapeutic actually, just having the individual clunks as I get to the different points, um, and then I thought I better do also the legs, the knees, the arms, and this is me working out where the shoulder point would be. Oh, this is going to hurt! Ouch! Um, and I was about to put it away, and then I realised, oh no, I didn't realise. I just went for it. Okay, so I now make the head, and then I'm just actually transferring this down, and then this is when I think I realised at this point that I hadn't done the arms up to where they would be, so I was going to need to actually draw them out uh, by line of sight. But this actually went really well. I'm definitely going to do this transfer way in the future. So yeah, so this that was it. I couldn't remember. Like it was just a little bit too wide for the arm, so I was actually making it up here, right, and then just doing the same on the other side. Okay, so this is the top down one, but now I've got to do the side on view. And for the side on view, I needed to make sure that I had some extra markers. So I got out my my little square here, and I just marked where the different points were on this side. So arms, head, um, because this is going to have the different shapes to it. So it's down to foot, but then I think there is a couple of other points that I wanted to put in. Yeah, because I thought, well, it's the hips and the legs are going to be a different shape, and from the shoulders to the body. Now that I've got that, I can actually do the profile. Um, Now, this is the first time that I've really done this, making my own compound pattern. I had to use one from Brickologic, where I made a T-Rex and also a rhino. And this is probably one thing that I did notice that was a little bit too close to the edge, and we're going to see that once I actually take it to the bandsaw, because once I take it to the bandsaw, my blade wasn't really set up right, and so it cut at a slight angle. Now, this is also probably because I hadn't set up the guide that well. So you can see that I've sorted out where the head will be, but then I've got to give my little hands on top. It's not a party hat, it's where the hands will be around. So anyway, off to the uh, off to the bandsaw. And here we are with the bandsaw. So I have got myself a record power BS50, and basically that um, uh, sorry, BS250, and basically during Black Friday there was an actual discount on a Cobra system, which is like a scroll guide, and that scroll guide made it easier to deal with smaller blades, which is going to be handy for this work here. The trouble was I had there was a slight tilt to it, and I hadn't really picked up that there was one until halfway through the cuts. I did catch it a few times, and you'll see how it disappeared there. And what I'm doing there is I'm just resetting the wheel. Whenever I am touching the blade, there is no power to the instrument. That's I think I keep it there. The power is off. It is unplugged, and it's just it was catching when I was pulling it back. You'll see also a bit later when I actually cut a tiny bit that drops in the little hole next to the blade, and that tiny little bit again. I had to turn off the power to actually get, so I thought I'll include it. Now, yeah, so here it is. See, I'm messing about, trying to pull out this tiny little bit, but again, power is off for doing it. There's no way that I'm going near a blade that's got a power for it. So hopefully you can see that is actually off when my fingers are getting it. So there's a lot of off and on, and yeah, it was actually quite good fun doing this. And you'll see that I was initially, I managed to successfully take it out. I was initially going to cut off this bottom block, but then at about that point, I realized no, I better not, because I needed something to hold in the hand. So this bit of going back and forward around corners, I've saw this on Instagram videos, and it was actually quite ususeful for it. So again, I need to go all the way back to actually get out from the center. And then now I thought I can deal with the smaller pieces, and just making sure that my hands aren't ever getting that close to it. Again, that popped out of the saw. I've repositioned it, and it wasn't taking that long to actually get it back and forward. I was actually adjusting the guide a little bit as well. And yeah, you'll so again, this is me just checking the position of my hands, making sure I'm happy with where things are. And you can see here, I'm sort of going, nope, my fingers would be too close, so I removed that there, and that is my ballerina. So I've got the concept of it. So it is meant to be a ballerina, and I was hoping that I could just use a simple mechanism of just two rotating bits of wood, but because it's not catching, I'm gonna maybe go for a little bit of cog work, and that might be phase two of it. So there's actually two reasons that I wanted to put the video out. One, just to show that it doesn't always work out, but the concept I actually really liked. The other bit is to ask for advice. So anyone's got any advice on anything that you saw in the video, even safety tips, because you might went, well, your hands were a bit close, feel free to say down in the comments below. But as always, thank you very much for watching. Scoping out tools. Bye for now.